Hello, this is Joe Pryor, the virtual real estate team in Oklahoma City. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in terms of property management because, right now, the United States is in a crisis. We all know that. I mean, you don't have to, live in a bubble because it's everywhere. We're social distancing, physical distancing. We're staying in place very often, which is what I'm doing right now. Fortunately, my business is more of a virtual business. In other words, a majority of the people that invest with us don't necessarily come to Oklahoma City and visit. They have the tools that we give them to know what a good investment is, and it's very much metric based. Now, we've been extremely successful, especially in the last year, in terms of leasing. Last year, we averaged 26 days on the market for vacancy. That's extremely low when you come up with a vacancy rate. And very often it was faster than that. And last year, the vacancy primarily came at the beginning. In other words, we had new construction that was unoccupied. Took us a little bit longer because you closed just right after the house was completed. Where existing homes, where we have 45 to 60 days in advance to market those, where we have a tenant in there, we're going like crazy. Now, in 2020, it's exactly the opposite. And I mentioned this in a previous video. The thing is right now, we're all concerned about what can give us coronavirus, COVID-19. And so we want to be careful. That's just the nature of us right now. And we all should be doing that to respect not only ourselves and our family, but everyone around us. And so because of that reason, we want to go to a home that's empty. In other words, no one is living there. There's no tenant there to say no. And so what I want to put out there is what I put out there in the last message that I gave about the Oklahoma City market is that if you have a vacant property, you're really in the driver's seat on finding a tenant. Now, let's talk a little bit further about another conversation that I had with my property manager about screening. Now, last year, the year 2019, Josh, my property manager, had no evictions, zero evictions. One of the reasons that happened is because, I've never dealt with anybody better in my life in 30 years of real estate. This is the most intelligent, most well-trained, most perceptive property manager that I've ever seen. He knows how to vet a tenant. He understands that first rental is crucial, and getting the right person in there is more important than cutting down on vacancy. I see way too many property managers say, hey, let's go throw caution to the winds. Let's get somebody in there to pay you. And that can really bite you in the end. And I have seen it do that. So what Josh is telling me is that we are being even more cautious right now about who we put in. We are very we're very concerned about security of jobs. We're very much looking at the type of jobs that they have. And we're doing that extra scrutiny that I think that if you have the confidence to buy with us, that you deserve. Now, the other thing that I didn't mention in the previous video is I think the most important thing for those of you who want to buy new properties that are unoccupied is that it's twofold. Number one is the fact that it is unoccupied and it's in great school districts. The second thing is right now 50% of those properties are being leased with 2-year leases. And here's the point, we're going to get out of this crisis. They're even, I don't want to, make false promises about a vaccine or whatever, but I mean, it's all hands on deck right now in terms of getting testing, of getting people to isolate when necessary, and also to work on vaccines. We're slowing the rate of this virus down. And as a country, I know we're going to pull together to get this taken care of. So if you have a 1 to 2 year lease, you should feel pretty secure about the fact that we're getting in the past history of the virus, not the present history of the virus. And so a 2-year lease especially is going to be beneficial to you. So if you are financially secure, you're looking for opportunity, you're looking for a market that has been the safest market in the United States for the last 20 years, and we have statistics to prove that, then Oklahoma City is the place you need to be. Property management is outstanding here. This is the best person I've dealt with in the last 30 years of my doing this business and investments. And the thing is he's even being more cautious to make sure that your income is preserved, your asset is preserved, and we can help create wealth for you in Oklahoma City, because that's what we do. We create wealth for people so they can have the life they deserved, and that your family can have the financial security that they need. It's Joe Pryor, the Virtual Real Estate Team, and I hope I get a chance to talk to you soon.